The number you are trying to reach is no longer in service.
You're damn right, bitch. You're getting glass, bitch.
Thank you for calling support. How can I help you today?
Hey, is it possible to buy 33 park benches from you people? I want to just put park benches everywhere, but I can only afford 33 of them, I think. Can you give me a deal, like a better deal if I buy 33? Go ahead, please.
All for your permit, your good name.
I'm sorry?
May I have a good name?
My name is Dean Michael Myers. You know who I am. I'm from Tulsa, Texas. I would think you have a record of me. I've been a good customer for years, but I don't know if you sell 33 benches. I don't want to like run you guys out of stock.
Can you please help me out? You're using an iPhone or using Android phone, sir?
Oh, I have an Android, but you definitely have 33 benches in stock? Like,
yes, we do.
What does the phone have to do with it?
Well, sir, I will be going ahead and I'm going to order it. I'm going to go ahead and order it for you, okay?
You're going to order 33 benches for me? How much will that run me?
Yeah.
How much does that cost?
I'm sorry?
How much will it cost?
That will be going to cost you somewhere around... Let me just check, all right?
Yep. Can I have them shipped to 2 different addresses, too? Or do I have to have them all shipped to the same address?
Cost you somewhere around $500.
$500 for 33 metal park benches? That's a good deal.
Sir.
Okay, yeah, I want to do that, I think. But listen, my question is, can you send some of them to my my home in Tulsa, Texas, and then the other half of them to my other home, which is in Syracuse, Georgia?
Sure.
How much is the shipping to Syracuse, Georgia?
Like shipping would be costing you somewhere around $150.
Okay, that's still fair. Yeah. Where are you located?
We're in Houston, Texas, sir.
Oh, so I'm not too far. I'm in Tulsa, Texas. But like I said, I'll be traveling to my other place in Syracuse, Georgia.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So what else do you need from me?
Well, can you please tell me, sir, is there any store nearby you, like a Walmart, Walgreens, Best Buy, Staples, 7-Eleven?
Oh, absolutely. I live like right in the heart of downtown. Like in Tulsa, we have everything. Like, I mean, you know the area.
Yes,
You're from Texas. I'm from Texas. Tulsa, Texas. It's like the biggest city next to Dallas.
Yeah. So in order to make this payment of $650, sir, you have to go to any of the nearest store right now, okay? In order to get the card, all right?
Yeah. Okay. That's a good deal. You can definitely give me that price on the benches.
Yep. So I'm on the line. Can you please tell me on which store you're going right now, sir?
Which what?
On which store you're going right now?
Oh, I'm still in my, I'm still in my mansion, but I don't know. Once I go into the city, I got everything right there. I guess Walgreens is probably the quickest. Walgreens in Tulsa, Texas.
Right now?
What's that? What?
Are you going to the Walgreens right now?
Well, I'm still in we just started talking. It's going to take me a couple minutes. I got to get my shoes on and I got to find my chauffeur. I don't drive anymore. I have the chauffeur drive. Ever since I won the lottery, I don't drive. I don't mess around with driving. Yeah. I have the chauffeur drive me everywhere. Are you there?
Right here with you.
You're breaking up. Hey, Samir, come on. We're going to Walgreens. Samir, we're going to Walgreens. Let me just get this guy. He can drive me there. I pay this guy $4,000 a month. He does nothing. He can drive me. Yeah, I met this little Indian boy in the streets of Calcutta, and then he lives with me now in Texas, and he just drives me everywhere.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
He's getting a good life.
Yeah, it's a better life than where he came from. He used to work in the call centers, and he would scam people. He'd pretend they were Amazon, and they would hook up to their phones. It was nonsense. You ever heard of such a thing?
Oh,
He almost got arrested.
Then you are... Oh, my God. Then you are a really motherfucker.
Why?
Really
I didn't do it.
Why did?
No, I don't think you understood. I didn't say I did it. He almost did it. Why am I a motherfucker? I rescued him. What are you talking about, sir?
You are a motherfucker.
Why? Why do you say that?
Then
why do you abuse me? Oh, you're mad because you got scammed, you mean. So now you're yelling at me because I scammed you. I see your logic. That's why you're cursing at me. You're mad. You couldn't scam me. So stupid.
Hello.
Hi, is this Amazon?
This is Amazon, sir.
Okay. So I just wanted to tell you, you're not poor because you live in India, sir. You're poor because you're a fucking loser. Go ahead, please. Sir? Something I said?
Thank you for calling. How may I assist you?
Is this Amazon?
This is. How may I assist you?
Yes, Settle Pedal. Is this Amazon?
Hey, you piece of shit. Keep the phone down, you motherfucker.
You're so
yes,
mad.
how can I help you?
Yeah, is this Amazon?
Yes, this is Amazon customer support number.
Yeah, I need to make a complaint, sir. I purchased a box of bees from you people, and when I opened up this box, these bees are flying all around my apartment right now. Perverted bees. They're looking to sting me in my plum tree shaker. Can I return these bees?
Sorry, you bought bees from the Amazon?
Yeah, because I was just recently involved with somebody from down the hall, and she was all telling me, "Oh, you need to have a bee garden." So I bought a box of bees, and I was going to start like a honey farm. But I don't want these bees in my apartment. I didn't know they'd be so much work. They're all flying around going zzz, 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 and they're chasing me around my apartment. Can I please collect these bees and send them back to you? They're perverted bees, sir.
Yes, you can send them back.
Thank you for calling support. This side Alicia. How can I help?
Alicia, I'm very confused. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with this gift card. They told me to go to Walmart. I went to Walmart to get a gift card, and there's crazy roosters in that store. They're pecking at me, ma'am. And now I got this gift card. What am I going to do with this gift card?
Okay. First of all, can you please tell me with whom you are talking with before?
I forgot his name. Alex, maybe? Does that make sense? Do I have the right Amazon number? There was a few when I Googled Amazon. I'm in my car right now in the Walmart parking lot, and I'm scared. There was a bunch of roosters in this store.
No,
they're perverted, man. Why would you send me to Walmart to get a gift card?
No,
I'm sorry?
Okay. First of all, can you please tell me your first and your last name for the verification purpose?
Yeah, my name's Dean Michael Myers, and I shouldn't have to go to Walmart. I've never heard of this. You guys sent me to Walmart to get a gift card, and there's perverted roosters in there, man. They're like pecking at my twig and berries like it's a 12-course meal.
Listen to me.
Okay,
to me.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Give me a chance to speak.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you ever go to the store and like 100 roosters are after you, you'd be upset too.
Okay.
But all right, I'll shut up.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Yep.
Okay. Can you please do me one favor? Just do one
Anything
thing.
you want.
Scratch your card. Okay. Just scratch your card. And first of all, can you tell me which type of card do you get from the store?
I got Amazon gift cards like I was told to. I did exactly what that guy told me to do. And then I didn't expect there to be roosters around the aisle. And I was trying to get out of there without getting hurt. And now I have these gift cards in my pocket. I really don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with these gift cards, ma'am. It's gift card crazy. Oh, there's the roosters. The roosters are in the parking lot right now. Yeah, go ahead, please. I'm going to duck. Go ahead. Talk. Quick.
Okay.
Before the roosters come.
Can you please tell me how much dollars getting for the card?
$400, ma'am. Yeah, $400.
Okay, how much cards do you have?
I have one card for $400.
Okay, just wait for a moment. Let me talk to my security department, okay? After that, I'm just going to talk with you.
Please, ma'am, the roosters are looking at me. I want to get this over with. I want to give you these numbers and get on my way.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yes, you
Hello,
have
Alicia? I'm sorry?
No, yes, have soul. Asshole. How are you, asshole?
Oh,
I'll put
Metikun.
my dick in your ass, you know?
Why, you're Gandu? I'm not gay. I don't care if you're gay. What's it like being gay and living in India? Go ahead, please.
Sir. Where's the card? Where's the card?
The card is in my pocket, and my pockets are, they're pretty full. I mean, I got some change in there, I got some gum, I got some lollies. I got a lot of stuff in my pocket, and also I got you the $500 gift cards as well. But well, you know what? When I was young, I was so poor, I had nothing to play with. My mom used to cut holes in my pockets. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sir,
go ahead, please.
Listen to me. Can you please tell me where are you right now? Where are you right now?
Right now, I'm in my car, bitch, and I got gift cards, but I got bad pictures of a guy in a Speedo and a straw hat. Big fat man wants to molest me. I'm not going back to that store. I'm hoping we can solve this right now. He's the real culprit.
Okay. You do not need to go. Sure, sir. You do not need to go any store right now.
Hold on, let me just take a sip of alcohol. Let me take a sip of alcohol. I'm sorry. I have to finish my wine. My mom always told me there's sober kids in India. You have to finish your alcohol. Yeah, but go ahead, please. I'm listening. I'm just going to be taking a sip of...
Thank you for talking to Blake. How can I help you?
Hey, Blake, any chance that you'll dress up like a sexy hot dog vendor lady woman and you could just hand me 2 chili dogs and say, here you go, sir. Don't forget your yoo-hoo. I'll see you later. Bye. Any chance of that happening? Blake, hang in there with me. Not on the script. Yeah, go ahead.
You reached out to AT&T preferred dealers. We are cable company providers.
Absolutely. So listen, any chance that you can dress up like in your sexiest Rundy costume and maybe just serve me 2 chili dogs? Don't you say goodbye? Oh my God, are you a parking ticket? You sound fine. You got fine all over you. What's going on?
What do you want?
I want to talk with you. I think me and you were made for each other. We're like peanut butter and jelly, you know, like lamb and tuna fish. We go together.
I don't think so.
But I'll call you back again and again and again. You can't stay away, right? We're meant to be together. It's fate. It's fate.
So should I block you?
You can't block me. Do you know who I am? I will just call you back. I guarantee it. I dare you to block me. I'm the one who's going to sweep you off your feet today. Me and you are going to be best friends. I forgot to ask you, do you know CPR? Because you're taking my breath away. Yeah, it's me again. I told you. We're going to be good friends by the end of this day. You might as well just talk to me. One long conversation. Otherwise, I got to call you back again and again and again.
Thanks for calling Amazon. How can I help you?
Are you getting tired yet? You're running through my mind, Rundy. You've been running through my mind for the last 10 minutes. You must be tired.
How may I help you?
Hey, here I am again. What are your other 2 wishes? You're running out. But you got me.
Thank you for calling Amazon. How may I help you?
Are you a bank loan? Because you got my interest. Go ahead, please.
For calling Amazon. How may I help you?
I don't even need Google since meeting you. You're everything I've been searching for. Go ahead, please.
How may I help you?
Hey, babe. I feel like God's missing an angel. Do you want to call him? Should we send you back?
Yes, how may I help you?
Oh, listen, are you in India? Because I want to get into your pants.
Stop calling me.
That's so funny. You're too funny. That's the best phone greeting I've ever heard. Well,
each and everyone. Welcome to the Morning Scam Show with CJ Scams and TAGOW. Today we're going across the swamp to talk with Annie from Romance Scammers and Online Scams. Her channel is amazing. She has 3,000 subs as of a few weeks ago, and she's headed for more. You have to see her channel. You have to see the way that she deals with these romance scammers, these evil thugs. $500 million last year was lost to these thugs. Innocent victims playing on emotions. That's up $200 million from the year before. I cannot wait to speak with Annie. Let's get into it. We'll be back with Annie from Romance Scammers and Online Scams on the Morning Scam Show with CJ Scams and TAGOW. Wake up, each and every one. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Take. It's great to have.
Good morning.
Yeah, great to have everyone here. Sorry, I messed up again with the good mornings, but good morning to everybody. It's so great to have everyone. Good morning, Makeup Mom and Son. Great to have you. Yeah, and of course, Scammer Takeout. Hey, awesome video this weekend. Scammer Takeout. Posted a good one, like a PCH one this weekend. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
And you also posted an awesome video. If anybody hasn't watched Gal's video from this weekend, make sure you go do that because it was hilarious. I enjoyed it. And you recorded it on your Bluetooth, I think, right?
Is this my phone, though, or your phone? You're coming through to me like a Southern R2-D2.
Oh, really? Chat? Let's ask chat. Chat? Can y'all hear me? Now we have to wait 30 seconds till they answer.
It could be like where I'm sitting. I don't know.
Hey, Harley. How's it going? We're waiting 30 seconds to see what chat says. Maybe I'm just talking sleepy today.
I don't think you would sound like a R2-D2 if you were tired. That would be cool if every time we got tired, we just went into like robotic voices.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think it's from the few responses so far. Oh God, don't say that, Chester. I think I sound fine, so it must be you. But
okay.
Anyway, hopefully it gets better. Do I still sound like that?
It's just on my end. Like I'm hearing you sound like a little bit distorted every now and then, but it could be my reception. But as long as it's cool on chat, we're good.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I got an interesting text message last night. It was like, "Hey, Maddie, is your brother around? I want to talk to you, but not when your brother's around." And that would be you. That he was
Can we
referencing.
call that guy today?
Yeah, for sure. And so I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you can call me. He's not here." So he called me, and he was just telling me how like he doesn't like you, that you're a stupid, that you judge people, you judge books by their cover, stuff like that. It was really funny. It was hilarious. I didn't record any of it because I was like not in front of my microphone. I just called him from my like actual cell phone, but it was pretty funny. So we'll see if we can get him on the phone today.
Yeah, I had a call with I think it was a text scammer yesterday. The call went on for about 45 minutes, and it was so boring. And it was one of those things, kind of like your premiere that you had, where the guy was just talking about, the scams and how he knows it's wrong, but he kind of just. I kind of yelled at him because I'm like, you're lying to me. You wouldn't be saying behind the bars in each and everything if you weren't in India. And it just, I got mad because I couldn't trust him. So I was like, everything you say, I don't believe you at this point. You can't even tell me what country you're in.
Yeah.
But
that's definitely a problem.
I was bored anyway, needed someone to talk to.
Yeah, sometimes I call scammers when I'm just like bored and feel like talking to somebody. I'm like, I do call them. I'm like, I want to talk to someone. Let's just call a scammer. I know because I don't have to worry about if I'm bothering them because I don't care. Like, I don't want to call other people because they might be busy working or doing stuff. So,
yeah, waste their time.
So I'm like, might as well call a scammer.
Anytime I want to practice my new pickup lines before I go out to the bar, I just keep calling the scammers, hoping I get a rundy, and I practice.
That's smart, but that's kind of sexist. You should practice them on the guys too.
Well, the guys yesterday, every time they told me to go F my mom, I was like, do you just want to make out? So I don't discriminate.
Okay, good. I'm glad you don't. But yeah, I ended up talking to that guy last night for like 2 hours. Not only about you, not just about you, but it was pretty funny. But he was telling me, I told him that there was a scammer who has been, this isn't true, obviously, y'all. If it was true, I wouldn't be saying it on stream. This is not true. I just made this up to see what he would say. I told him that somebody's been sending me money to my Zelle, and then I've been going to my Zelle and getting, and then I've been going to the store and getting them gift cards after they Zelled me money, which is actually something that somebody proposed me before. So I told him that, and then he was like, you a stupid. That's all he would say. Right, Asha? We could always call Synergy when we're lonely and listen to their old music.
Yeah, they got that stupid harp that always plays, but they always pick up, and it's always Alvin or Ricardo and one other guy. That's I only get 3 different people there now. They pick up every time, though.
Yeah, well, we could try them. I haven't talked to them lately, but that's a great suggestion. Because they're always there, available.
Yeah, I only get I don't know, I get 30 calls in a day to them, but they're all about 10 seconds each.
Yeah, well, it's still fun. And I already started, and thanks y'all to those that could make it to my premiere yesterday. Really appreciate that. I already started working a little bit last night on my one from next week. So like in February, throughout the end of February and March, almost every single day, not quite every day, but many days, I just kept calling the same number, and I would just pretend like a new person. And I did that for several weeks. And I like sometimes they remembered me, then they would be like, wait, this is Madison, isn't it? And then other times I baited them again for another 2 or 3 hours, even though I had just done it the day before. So I'm gonna if I can finish it by next Monday, if not, it might have to be the Monday after, but I'm gonna put a highlight of me talking to the same call center for 2 weeks every single day almost.
And so the guy that you spent 2 hours talking with, I mean, is he actually, I guess he's still at the point where he's not admitting that he's a thug and he's a scammer and he's an idiot, right?
No, he hasn't. He's just says that he lives in Texas. Yeah, he says he lives in Texas.
Oh, Tulsa, Texas.
Yeah, and he works for Microsoft, and he's starting his own business of selling his own computers out of his house or something. I don't know. And he says he has $137,000 saved up. He just needs $63,000 more in his to start his business. And it's just so funny because he knows that I have around 70,000 and he needs 63,000 to start his business. So
yeah,
it's pretty coincidental,
so he's
don't
an
you
idiot.
think?
He deserves me to call him today and be his friend.
He says that we're stupid.
Can you call him right now?
I could try.
Or should you call from a different number?
Yeah, I'll call from a different number.
Yeah, and that way I won't. Yeah. Maybe he'll pick up, maybe he won't.
He might recognize, like, we could see if he recognizes you as my brother or not.
Which name were you using, Maddie? Yeah, you were using Maddie with him, right?
Maybe don't maybe don't say it. We'll see if he recognizes you. What do you think of that idea?
Don't say anything?
No, say something, but I mean, don't tell him like you're my brother. Let's just see if he recognizes you.
Well, of course I'm going to say something. I mean, but I was going to say I grabbed your phone and I figured out you guys were talking.
Oh, okay,
but
that's cool. That's cool. Do that. I like that idea. Let's see if he's up yet.
What's his name?
Julian, something like that. Can y'all hear that ringing? Not even a text.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Julius?
That's it? All you said is hi? Let me try him back and see if he'll answer. Hi. That's all it takes.
Give up.
Hi. That was funny.
Hello?
The Text Now subscriber you were trying to reach is not available. Please leave your...
Well, we have confirmation for Deo. It's a text now. So I'll send it over to Deo later. I'm behind on sending my text now to Deo. I've been trying to send it to him every day, but... Morning, DH. Anyway. Go ahead.
I think Chester got some more news stories. His stories are always great. So,
Chester, you have some news stories?
What?
Baba says, I guess they heard the myth of TAGOW. If you hear this man that says hi, just hang up.
I'm getting famous over there in, well, he's in Texas. So
Yeah,
I don't know
he's
how
in
that
Texas.
works, but
I guess you're famous in
me.
Texas, too.
You ever walk down the streets of Calcutta, you'll see a painting of me, I hear. But we have Annie from Romance Scammers and Online Scams joining us, and if you've ever sat through her channel and really looked into it, it's like a blueprint of how not to get scammed. I mean, if there's one channel that really needs people to share awareness, so many people I bet would not get scammed. The romance scammers are so typical. I mean, if you watch at least like 10 of her videos, there's common themes in each one, and she tells you exactly what to look for. Her channel is just amazing. I was blown away when I was binge watching her videos last week.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to talk to her.
Wait till she's on.
Yeah. Morning, Elsie. I felt a little bad because me and her didn't have a chance to to like meet before today, so I apologize about that. But I'm really excited to talk to her. But Chester, does Chester have some news for us first?
I think so. I mean, he's always going around the world, crazy guy that he is. This side Chester in the house, and he's like talking about goats and Discord and coffins, like just the brilliant dark mind of this side Chester. I would love to get him on the phone if he's not busy.
Let's see if he'll answer me. Hello, Chester. Are you on the line?
Yeah. Yep. Just turning YouTube volume down.
Yeah, I hear take, but I don't hear take. If you get my drift.
Yeah, I'm hearing my own voice, and I hate hearing my own voice. Please turn that down.
And I like hearing your voice take, but I know how you feel. Like every single time I'm trying to edit a video, like literally several times I'm like, God, girl, just shut up. Stop talking. Nobody wants to hear your terrible voice.
Yeah, I've heard my voice more times in the last year editing these videos, as you know, making calls, and I probably have my whole life.
Yeah.
I just don't listen to me. I don't like to listen to myself.
I need a fancy like picture to put up while Chester's reporting the news, but I'll work on that for next time. But Chester.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a regular thing, we need to find him a jingle.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. We'll see if
like
it's...
maybe when he shows up.
There we go. That works.
That works.
Yeah, perfect.
I was gonna say the Smurfs. La 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 la. But I like that music better, actually. So good job.
And now to Chester out on the field.
Yes, this is Chester Draws, special roving reporter for WSCAM Radio, and this morning I've been looking at what's on the news wires. There's a couple of interesting items, and the first one I'm looking at today, it's something you might be interested in. It's a rare 400-year-old Bible containing a typo in the Ten Commandments. Well, I think it's gone for sale. It's become known as the Sinner's Bible or the Wicked Bible, and it contains an unfortunate omission, which basically the seventh commandment now reads, "Thou shalt commit adultery." So,
oh my goodness!
We didn't have whiteout back then, I know.
So, yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to go down, but there you go. And in Michigan, I think this is old news, but it seems to have popped up again.
So you can yell this if you want. People are saying you're a little light.
Right, hang on a moment. Let's see if I can do something about that. How about if I speak into the microphone?
That would help.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah, like being across the room might have made you sound quiet.
And then, now, before we move on to the next amazing story, that Bible that you were just talking about, can that be sold? Can like I buy that?
You can. Hang on, let's just see. It was up for £15,000 pounds. So what's that? About $17,500.
Oh, CJ, write the check. We need that.
All right. I don't want no sinner's Bible. I feel like that'll bring a curse on me, and I'm already have enough curses to deal with.
Well, you can
I got all kinds of scammers cursing me. True, I could fix it.
You can buy it to fix it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
Get a bottle of whiteout. Problem solved.
Yep. That's all it takes. You know,
That's
only 1,000 copies were printed originally, but King James the First to the subsequent Bibles are now sort of based on King James first version, or King Charles first sort of version, was so upset about this flagrant mistake that he ordered all books or all Bibles to be destroyed, and there's only 9 left.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's good that they were destroyed because they're wrong. Like, there's a misprint in them. Like, if I wrote a book and it was misprinted, I'd want those destroyed too. So,
like, maybe I'll find one at the Goodwill today.
Maybe. You never know. You can never know what you're going to find out in the Goodwill.
What page is the error on? I don't want to read the whole thing.
Oh, so it's on the commandments. It's the 7th commandment.
That's
so
in Exodus.
Like page 349, or, I mean, just do we know a specific page?
It's in Exodus, I know that. But yes, 349. That sounds good. Just tell him yes, Chester.
No, that means move on to the next story. Read between the lines. She's done with that story.
No, I'm not done with it. I'm just teasing.
That's the end of that conversation. What else you got?
Okay, moving on. Brittany Keach, who lives in Michigan, checked her mailbox and usual sort of junk mail, but on the first, on top of a pile of her sort of letters, she found something interesting. It was 100-year-old postcard with a faded green 1-cent George Washington stamp postmarked October 29, 1920.
Mm-hmm.
Who put that there?
It had taken 100 years to be delivered. So is that the state of your mail at the moment?
Yeah.
100 years? Well,
I'm kind of not
COVID's
surprised.
messing everything up.
That's amazing. I wish that would happen to me, except my townhouse I live in was built in like 2008, but still. I still wish that would happen to me.
Some child support from the 1800s catching up with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. The front of the postcard,
what are you going to do?
I think is Halloween, and on the back, the text could just be sort of written. I think it was sent to the right address, but obviously the original attendees had long gone. But the letter reads, "Dear cousin, we are quite well, but mother has awful lame knees. It's awful cold here." And it ends with, "Don't forget to write to us." And there was a question whether Roy got his pants fixed yet, and it was signed by Flossie Burgess.
Flossie.
Yeah,
that's
never
pretty
got
good.
a response.
No,
poor
well, it's only
Flossie.
just been delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brittany Keach, whose mailbox it was delivered to, is setting out on a mission to try and reunite the owners of the postcard.
Yeah, I don't really know how these things work. I'm not a genius, but I think the person who originally sent it is not living anymore, right?
Oh, they may well be. It's 1920.
But
So
they'd
what would
have
that
to
make
be
them,
old enough.
102?
They'd have to be
102,
old enough to write a letter. So, but they'd have to be old enough to write a letter.
150.
Yeah, because they couldn't be.
That's possible on a diet of jellyfish and peanut butter. Who knows?
Yeah, because I mean, they can't have been born in 1920 because they wouldn't have been able to write the letter.
Good point.
Yeah, good luck finding that guy.
Good luck finding Flossie.
But that guy lived his whole life thinking, oh, they didn't even respond to me.
Yeah, what a bunch of jerks.
Yeah. And it's the mail person's fault.
Didn't even say goodbye or hello.
Right. What else you got?
Right. How about a man so stressed with his life that he decided to live as a goat for a year?
A goat?
A goat. He wrote a book.
I told Pecan Head that doesn't work. You're still gonna have problems.
Yeah. He's the person, Thomas Thwaites, said, or some of the quotes. Where is it? Oh, I lost it. Hang on a moment. He said he remembered thinking as a child, if he were a cat, he wouldn't have had to go to school, and it just went on there. So he basically later in life decided that he was going to live as a goat, and he moved into a field of goats, and he lasted 3 days with them before.
That's it.
He gave up.
Before he realized he's crazy and it's a bad idea, and he should just see a shrink and deal with his problems that way.
Yeah, but he described it. He described it as a special kind of time.
Definitely special. Where did he live?
That was in Austria, I think, because he's talking about crossing the Alps. So it's in that sort of area around Switzerland.
And
there.
I am half Austrian, so that's my ancestors. I got to get over there and straighten things out. I got to get over there.
So did he like sleep in the field with the goats, like eat the grass and poop in the field?
Yep. I guess he had special prosthetics made so he could sort of walk around.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he did all that work for 3 days?
Yep.
Then he realized this sucks. Where's my air conditioner? Yep. That's what I would think.
He even went down to. He said he even attempted to give his stomach similar digestive qualities to those of a goat by eating grass. Yeah.
Well, that's not going to work.
So there's part 2.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't understand that we don't have the same like makeup as a goat. Like they have different stomachs and multiple stomachs and stuff.
Yeah. Does he talk about other things that he tried? I mean, to get unstressed, there's a ton of things you can do. I mean, from alcohol to drugs to Pornhub.
I guess Wi-Fi must be really bad.
Talking helps. Oh my God. Anyway, all right. What else you got?
You can get all that stuff on CJ Scam's Twitch stream. Just saying. I always have porn.
Yeah. We come for the scam baiting, but we stay for the porn. Yeah. CJ Scams on Twitch.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this one for you, CJ, and for the ladies to watch out for?
Right.
A woman mistakenly turned herself fluorescent pink after misusing a Lush bath product. Yep. She
How
was
long
left.
did that last?
3 to 4 days again. So 3 to 4 days seems to be the theme at the moment.
She should have been a goat.
She mistook a bath bomb from the toiletries company for soap. She went back to them and saying, "Are your products supposed to stain the human skin a fluorescent shade of pink?" Well, apparently yes.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Wow.
That's scary.
Yeah, but there might be people that want to turn pink. They might be onto something brand. I mean, I know a lot of people are obsessed with pink. I see a pink BMW in my neighborhood. I wonder if that girl would be a good candidate for that. Now, does that happen to everybody, or did she just have a weird reaction and it was like a fluke?
I think she mistook the product and is... Yeah, Raztaz is on. I can see in chat. The product is called Razzle Dazzle Bath Oil, and it's supposed to throw it into the bath and it fizzes or does whatever.
Pink is the new white.
Yeah, she used it as soap. So yeah, and the silly thing is, she posted herself on social media. And after it went viral, she took the photo down, which is a shame because I can't see it anymore.
Oh,
yeah, I would have liked to get like a screensaver for my phone or something of her.
Yeah.
And Raz, do you make this razzle dazzle? I would like to know if Raz has anything to do with this. Raz is like, the morning scam show really needs a good news story. Let's see what I can come up with.
I mean, I had a dream about a week ago where somebody had turned me purple. And I guess I shouldn't complain then, because I would much rather be purple than pink.
True. That's a good point.
I didn't even know that was possible. All right, what else we got?
Right, this goes back to 2015. I just came across it. It was at the bottom of the bin where CJ's memos normally get filed. But a man bitten by a shark takes revenge by catching and eating the shark that attacked him.
Ah, that's a good story.
Yep,
it's always good when good triumphs over evil.
Yeah, but why is the shark evil?
Because it bit him.
It bit him.
Huh?
It bit him.
Yeah, but the guy was in his home.
Yeah, true.
I mean, if somebody comes into your house in the middle of the night and they shouldn't be in your house, you have the right to bite them, CJ. I want you to bite them.
That's like saying if I enter the state of New York that you have a right to bite me.
No, it's a little different. That ocean thing is a whole different land. Those creatures aren't messing with us, but when we go into their territory, they're going to attack.
Yep, absolutely.
I got to take the shark side on this one.
Well, he's dead now, so.
Yeah.
I'm this side shark.
Yeah.
Alan Engelman, the 28-year-old commercial fisherman from Florida, said he was bitten by this particular shark, which caused him to have 15 stitches. And whilst fishing, he recognised the shark from the markings on its fin. He caught him, and after an epic fight,
an epic fight.
The shark lost, and he filleted it, and he had it for lunch.
I mean, that's one determined guy. I mean, that's like a revenge. I like a good revenge story. I just feel bad for the shark. I'm also, I'm very amazed that the guy was bitten by a shark and lived to tell about it and can be patched up with just a few stitches. Normally, you get bit by a shark and you're done. I don't know. That's just an amazing story on so many levels. But I do feel bad for the shark.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that one.
The circle of life, I guess.
Well, you're a big scuba diver, so of course you want to clear out the ocean and of all the evil, right?
That's true, but I snorkel, not scuba dive. It's a big difference. Like snorkeling is at the surface, so sharks should not be up there. Stay at the bottom, and I won't bother them. They just stay down there where you belong.
I don't think they know that rule. I don't think they're like, you're welcome in my land, but you can, as long as you stay on top.
Yeah,
I don't think they have those rules.
I still like your idea of putting in a Jaws video and pushing the rewind button to watch all the people being spat out.
It changes the game. I've been saying that for years. It makes the shark not such an evil thing. He's spitting out people and they're alive again.
Yep.
Who doesn't want to watch Jaws backwards for that reason?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching Titanic quite a few times recently, hoping that it's actually going to avoid the iceberg.
Yeah, watch it backwards. Watch it backwards and everything's fine.
Which, by the way, Chester, hold on. I just thought of a question I was going to ask you on behalf of the British.
Yep. British.
Yeah, are you the British? So yesterday in my stream or in my premiere, I played the video of this SSA scammer who basically blames the British for why they scam because the British ruined India. How would you like to respond to this accusation?
How could you not agree with that logic, though? What can you say, Chester?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Not only India, but ever since you threw all our tea overboard at Boston, we've ruined your country. You know.
I've actually heard that from several scammers. Like, the scammer told me that the British stole a lot of the gems from the Taj Mahal.
For diamonds. Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like, I don't think they like the British in India. I think they don't. Because they feel like y'all ruined their country and enslaved them and such.
Yeah, I mean, we gave them, administration, railways, sort of buildings, their civil code and things like that. Yeah.
I mean, you guys have caused your share of damage. I mean, look what you guys did here. Boston Tea Party.
Yeah, I still never got all my tea back.
Yeah, Plymouth Rock and all kinds of taxes. What's going on with Chester?
Yeah,
no
Chester, what you doing?
No representation, blah, blah. Yeah. We're coming back.
You just want to sit over there and eat cake.
Oh.
Is that France?
Cake, you're making me hungry.
We'll let you eat cake.
So I think the point is
that
there's two sides to every story. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Beta, yeah. I understand the price of tea. Well, I blame the Russians for that.
Yeah.
Well, now's a perfect time to jump on that. We'll blame them for everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry to interrupt your news reporting, but I needed an official answer to this accusation made by an extremely important person.
Yeah. Yeah, I would try and find and get someone to give an official version.
Yeah.
Watch The Godfather back. There's no mafia if you do that. They all go back to Italy. Everything's peaceful.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
watch movies backwards.
Yeah. How about this one? In the Netherlands, a 4-year-old boy has been likened to the Formula One star Max Verstappen after he took his mother's car for a drive in Netherlands. Police in the city of Utrecht said the child crashed into 2 parked cars and was found alone by a bystander walking around in his pajamas and bare feet on Saturday. The child had taken his mother's car keys to go for a drive after he'd been woken up by his dad going to work.
Any hit people?
No one was hurt. Just his mother's car and 2 parked cars were damaged. I mean, how he reached for pedals is, pretty good going for a 4-year-old.
Did he have to take a breathalyzer? Like, what's he doing? He's swerving and hitting cars?
Yep, that's the one.
Drunk little bitch.
Yep. I think he was on a milk overload. He must have watched what his mum had been doing, because he knew exactly where to put the ignition keys, unless it's one of these new ones, the self-start, push a button type thing.
I mean, how do you reach the pedals, though? You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, how did he do it? Did they say?
Yeah, no. Unless it was his mum who
I know, and then blame the kid.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of jail time he gets.
I think they've let him off with a warning, provided he takes a driving test when he's 17.
He'll do it again.
Yeah.
They better give that kid, when he gets a car, like a breathalyzer built into his car.
Yeah.
There's something else going on there. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Although one time I almost got into a car accident because a kid was in the car, like a kid, like probably a little kid like that. Well, he was in the driver's seat rolling down the hill across the road from where I was driving, and I had to swerve to miss him, and he went off the side of the road down the hill on the other side, and here I see his parents running after him. So he got in the car, they were on a hill, and then the car started down the hill. I don't think he was hurt or nothing, but almost got killed by that
Zeb said he did it when he was 4. He drove. So I guess it does happen.
Keep your cars locked, y'all.
Are we talking about physical age or mental age?
Yeah, we don't have time. We got to get to Annie from Romance Scammers Online. But that's definitely something to look into.
Yeah. My last story is sort of it's a good news story with a bad ending.
Those are the best kind. Hollywood loves a good bad ending story.
Yep. A funeral in Peru was dramatically interrupted after knocking was heard from within a coffin. The family of Rosa Calleja had gathered in the city to pay their final respects on April 26, when they heard knocking and sort of strange noises coming from the coffin. So they immediately opened it to find a very weak but very much alive Rosa peering up at them. So they took her to the emergency room, still in the coffin, and she was found to have weak signs of life. And looking at some of the photos, she's still in the coffin, and they've got various lines and various things in her. So hospital shortages. Anyway, the sad bit. Sorry about that. The sad bit was when was it? About four days later, she died.
Oh, then they had to start the whole funeral over again.
That's a sad
Double
story.
whammy.
Yep, but they had the coffin, so I suppose that's good news.
They already had the coffin, right? And they have a sequel now to that movie.
Yeah.
So, all right. That's why.
Sorry, go ahead, Take.
What? You can't trust these people that make these decisions about medical things like that. You have to get a second and a third opinion. I mean, we just talked to a guy, and we're going to play that conversation next week where, he was at the emergency room and had to go into the hospital, and there was somebody yelling because they amputated somebody's the wrong foot.
Yeah.
And now this poor lady would have been buried alive.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can't trust these people.
Yeah, so anyway, this is Chester Draw's special roving reporter for WSCAM Radio, handing you back to the studio.
All right.
Thanks so much,
Big clap
Chester.
for Chester. Thank you, Chester.
Everybody go check out Chester Draw's channel.
Yes.
Wow.
All right.
I don't know how to get those stories.
Yep. Okay, well, that was awesome. Thank you, Chester. And let's go in and play a clip of Annie, and while that's playing, we will try to get her on the line.
Which clip is this?
It's the one you sent me that I'd already downloaded.
The which one?
The one that you sent me that I had already downloaded.
Yes, this is like a blueprint of how not to get scammed by these idiots. I love this. I love that. It's like right there, so simple to understand.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
Let's go to the videotape.
Let's go.
Welcome to another Keep Safe on the Net video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. In this video, we're going to look at how to spot a romance scammer. They're sometimes called sweetheart scammers. They're everywhere, and some of them are very convincing. At least they are if you don't know what's happening. Where are you most likely to find them? I guess the answer to that is pretty much anywhere. You'll find them on dating groups, on social media. You'll find them on dating websites. You can be contacted by them on social media. I recently made a video about one romance scammer who was pretending to be a famous celebrity musician. So they're everywhere, and it's not how they contact you that's important. It's knowing the signs to look for so that you don't become a victim. Red flag number 1. Many scammers will repeatedly ask you not to tell anyone else that you're talking to them. They'll tell you that your conversations need to remain confidential. This is because they don't want any of your friends or family to warn you that you're talking to a scammer. They'll say things such as you have promised, babe, do not tell anyone about me. Please, I want you to keep our conversation to yourself alone, please. Or don't discuss our secret talks with any of your friends. I don't trust friends that much, LOL. Anything they can think of to stop you telling friends or family so that they can't warn you that you might be talking to a scammer. Red flag number 2. Children. Many scammers will tell you that they have young children that they can't be with. The children will be in boarding school, or they'll be staying with a relative, or they'll be with a nanny. They'll say things such as, "I'm widowed with 3 lovely girls who school in Belgium, my dear. My daughter is in the state with her nanny. I have a daughter born in Berlin but went to California with her aunt when she was 3 years old. I have an 8-year-old son who stays with my mother." Red flag number 3. Horrible death of a relative. Many scammers will tell you that they've lost their wife, their child, their parents, or sometimes whole families in horrible accidents, a road accident, a plane crash, and more recently, death from COVID-19. All of the following were left as comments on the main keepsafeonthenet.co.uk blog. Horrible past he does not want to talk about, dead wife, parents recently killed, and elder brother has died of COVID in Italy. Lost my wife and kid in a car wreck over 5 years ago, may her soul rest in peace. He lost his wife to cervical cancer 6 years ago, and they had a stillborn son. His parents and sister were supposedly killed in a car accident in London. His late wife died of breast cancer 10 years ago. Both his parents had passed away. All these stories are designed to gain the sympathy of a potential victim at the start of the scam. Red flag number 4. His or her job takes them away from home for extended periods of time, often serving as a soldier or as an engineer on a ship. These are a few of the stories that I or readers of my blog have been told. I'm a sailor in United Nations Cargo Shipping Agency, and I'm also a businessman. I work with the UN Army here in Syria. He is a marine engineer on an oil rig in Indonesia. I am a marine engineer by profession. I work with Mediterranean Shipping Company. He is a marine engineer on an oil platform. He is apparently in the USA Army serving in Iraq. All jobs which later in the scam will give the scammer the opportunity to tell their potential victim that they don't have access to their bank account for some reason or another. Red flag number 5, which follows on from what I've just said. The scammer can't access his or her money for some reason. I don't come with my MasterCard due to my job. I have lost most important thing to me, so for that reason I don't always come to the sea with my card. I told you, I don't have access to my account. He was telling me that he has money trouble in Malaysia, that his ATM doesn't work, and he's stuck there. He had no access to any of his large amount of money due to internet not working on the platform. This, of course, is where the scammer starts to get serious. He's grooming his victim to find out whether or not they will send him money. Red flag number 6. Money. It doesn't take long for the scammer to start taking a curious interest in how much money your house is worth or how much money you're earning. I'm sure house cost a lot in London, my dear. How much did you get from your divorce, babe? How much was given to you? Is it up to 200,000? And you want to get a house of how much? My online character always tells scammers that she's divorced, that her divorce settlement has just come through, and that she has a good job as a self-employed person. Questions like this, of course, are designed to give the scammer some idea of how much money they might be able to steal from you. Red flag number 7. He or she loves you. It doesn't take long for most scammers to start telling you how much they love you and to start sending you ridiculous amounts of love emojis. I probably don't even need to comment on the next few screenshots. I apologise to any visually impaired listeners. I'm showing a selection of hearts, kisses and other love emojis that have been sent to me. This is the part of the scam where the scammer wants to start playing with your emotions. Red flag number 8. He or she is desperate to send you a present and won't take no for an answer. Often the scammers will claim that they're sending you high-value presents. There can be more than one reason for this. Most often, it's because the scammers will then start asking you for shipping or import costs. But sometimes it's because they're phishing to see whether or not you've given them a correct address. My readers tell me things such as, he sent me a video of the gifts he sent me. There were 2 pairs of shoes, but there were also many jewels, watches and $100,000. He sent pictures of the items in the box, such as a diamond ring, designer perfume, handbags and lots of gold jewellery. So this guy has luggage with $50,000 plus a diamond necklace and other jewellery for me. iPhone 11 was produced last 2 year and 12 last year. But don't worry, I will get you a 12, babe. I know you will like it. And to show that some won't take no for an answer, he was very pushy about wanting clothes and shoe size. Even though I said I don't want anything, he pushed and got US address. I repeated that I do not want anything and not to send the parcel. He said that they had left port and the parcel was on the way. Please, never give your address to someone that you've met online, unless or until you've met them in person. Red flag number 9. The inevitable demand for money. Reasons for needing you to send them money are many, varied and increasingly inventive. Right now, the total money I need for the court case is £15,000, but I don't have up to the full amount, baby. I just need £7,000. This scammer had just told me that at his divorce hearing, his wife had claimed everything and his bank account had been frozen. He claims he is a marine engineer on an oil platform who suddenly needs money to fly off the platform at his own expense, just a cool $1,840. You are going to pay an estimated fee of $3,500. This commenter on Keep Safe on the Net had just been asked for money to release her sweetheart from his contract with a shipping company. Then he proceeded to tell me he needed an additional $700 to complete his travel plans. This scammer had already taken $800 from my reader, and this shows that once you start sending scammers money, they will continue to ask. Supposedly, the machine that one of the workers was using broke down, and it will cost him $21,000 to fix. He's got $9,000 on hand, supposedly, then was able to borrow $10,000 from a friend, but it's still not enough, so he needed to borrow $3,000 from me, and will return it when we see each other. I will be asked to pay $11,000 for the delivery of the parcel. Like a fool, I sent some money to his son for his birthday. Once you've shown that you're willing to send money to a scammer, they will continue asking, and the more money you send, the more money they will ask for. And last but not least, red flag number 10. Victim bullying. If you start refusing to comply with the scammer's demands, or you start asking too many questions, they will try to bully you. I suspect that some of the victims who give in to this bullying have previously been victims of abusive family relationships and are used to giving in to bullies. Do you forget my job? You know that I'm in the ocean. I said I'm not paying it. When I contacted him, he became very annoyed and said he risked everything for me. When I refuse to do what he wants, he gets angry and is abusive. He did email me and called me a selfish, heartless expletive, and that I didn't deserve anyone or anything. And finally, this charming scammer, who wasn't happy when I refused to send him that £7,000 for his divorce, he continued playing the heartbroken victim for days, telling me it's so painful, how heartless you are, you're truly a scam, you're not who you say you are, it's so painful, you pretended to be someone else, you're heartless, I just hate you, you're heartless, you don't deserve to live. I hope this video helps you to understand how romance scammers work. I suspect that people who sign up to dating websites or who join dating groups on social media may sometimes be the more obvious potential victims, because they're looking to form a relationship, they're looking for love, and they're looking for someone who will say nice things to them. So keep your wits about you if you decide to try online dating, and be especially wary of random friend requests on social media. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like it, please share it, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another Keep Safe on the Net video on YouTube.
All right, that was awesome. Welcome, Annie. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me on. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I know I appreciate you coming on, and we've never really had a chance to talk or anything before this, so it's awesome to have you. And Take, you're still here with us, right? Take, hello.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay.
What's up, Annie?
Hi there. Freeway is weird when you can't see people.
I know, it is strange. That's why sometimes yeah, I was just about to say that's why sometimes we end up interrupting each other. I really think it's because we can't see each other. Like if we were with each other and we could see the other person talking, it would be easier. But that's just part of having a podcast, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Well, it's all part of life's rich pattern.
Yeah.
It's interesting, right?
So if anyone hasn't seen you before, tell us a little bit about yourself, like how you got started baiting and the kind of bait you do and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, how did I get started? It's a long story, but I'll cut it right down as far as I can. I used to be an adult education teacher teaching IT to adults. And back in the day, I used to teach people how to protect their computers online. And so I registered a domain name to upload the handouts. When the course had finished, I turned the domain into an anti-scam blog, which I've had for years. And Annie was born probably about 13 or 14 years ago.
Oh,
and then about 18 months ago, I'm quite an impulsive person. I woke up one day and I thought, nobody goes on the blog anymore. Nobody uses websites. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. So
awesome.
I started the channel in about October, and I started with all the really boring stuff that nobody wants to watch about, fake PayPal accounts, emails and fake bank emails and so on. And then one day I thought, I'll make a video with the comments that people have left over the years about how they've been taken in by scammers. And it kind of grew from there. Well, then there was the infamous Alistair Leslie, of course. And he kind of started the channel, and so the other characters were born, and I just sort of morphed into baiting the romance scammers.
That's awesome. And how do you find most of them to start the baits?
Once you've been hanging around for long enough, they find you. If you all mine come almost the overwhelming majority of mine come from Facebook, and if you. This is something my real Facebook account never does. If you leave a comment on a large public Facebook page, so the BBC, CNN, anything like that, a large newspaper page, you will within hours usually get at least a dozen friend requests, and every single one of them will be a scammer.
Oh, awesome. Let me try it right now. Let's see, what's a good news?
Oh, I always wondered that. I'm always getting friend requests on Facebook or Instagram, and obviously their pictures are fake, and I'm a male, obviously, so they're always pictures of these attractive women. I wonder if most of the romance scammers that I hear about are men, but there's a whole other side to it. There are a lot of female romance scammers, right?
Honestly, answer that. I have heard that a lot of the female romance scammers are actually male, pretending to be female. That's what I thought.
Right.
So I can't answer it. I mean, people have suggested to me that I should have a male character, but at the moment, I can't work out how I would get into the head of being a man. I find it very hard to pretend to be, I couldn't pretend to be a young woman because I'm not anymore. I couldn't pretend to be a man because I'm not. It's hard to pretend to be something you don't identify as, I think.
Right.
But, I live in the hope of, I do have a male friend in the States who keeps saying he's going to send me a couple of encounters that he's had, but he hasn't so far. Because I suspect, I don't know, I have to be careful how I say this, but I suspect that the scammers that are baiting males are more likely to use younger female profiles, whereas the ones that are baiting females tend to, I think, I mean, all my characters are older, so that does make it a bit hard. But I suspect they tend to use older male profiles because the perception is that a woman is usually looking for a nice mature man, and that a mature man is looking for somebody with large assets on display.
Right.
If you see what I mean.
Gotcha.
Because obviously my channel, as you know, is a completely sex and porn free zone.
You're right. And I mean, what I was saying in the early part of the show, I don't know if you were here or when you joined, but your channel is kind of like a blueprint of how not to get scammed by these idiots. I mean, it's very simple to understand. You have common themes throughout all of your videos. I mean, how many times did they say there are engineers, or that when you ask them a question of a certain question, they go right back to the same thing of money, or not even answering your question. It's so amazing. It's there's no question why you have 3,000 subs already, and you'll get a lot more. I wish everyone could see your work, and hopefully you're going to grow, of course. Because they're so explained so well, so basic that anybody can understand it, and you break it down. Every video has just a wealth of education. Do you think that there's chances that we'll be able to show this eventually to millions of people, like maybe have seminars or something? Because anybody who sees your videos, I would be surprised if they got scammed after watching one of them. I mean, you really explain their methods, and it's the same blueprint in a lot of them. It might be a little different from video to video, but basically they have the same characteristics. They're going to ask you, do you use social media or Hangouts, because they want to talk, because they're afraid of getting caught on Facebook, right from the job to the way that they avoid certain questions. I mean, any chances that eventually this will spread beyond YouTube and maybe more people in the world will see your work?
A very hard one to answer, isn't it? I mean, the educational side obviously comes from my background as an adult education teacher, so that's something that I do instinctively. I have certainly considered doing some online sessions on the theme of that video that I believe you just played, how to spot a romance scammer, that kind of thing, because I think. And I don't know if you saw the ones I did recently about the young lady that was taken in by the cryptocurrency scammer.
Yep.
And I think that is an important issue that obviously that happened on Instagram, and I don't really do Instagram. But I think that a lot of younger people get taken in by these, if you like, the get rich quick schemes, because if you're a student, obviously you're hard up for cash. And I don't think it's something that's taught in schools. And there's a very interesting documentary, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, on the UK BBC iPlayer about 3 young college students who were used as money mules. And the bottom line is they didn't understand what was happening. So I do think that is a topic that ought to be taught in schools, and I would love it if my videos could be shared and used for educational purposes.
Yeah.
Now, are most of the ones that you've baited that we see, are they in Nigeria, or are they everywhere? Because usually if you Google romance scams, it'll say majorities in Nigeria, right?
Yeah, the majority of the ones that I have baited are in Nigeria. There are a few in Ghana. I have recently had a few who I believe possibly are Philippines, Malaysia, but so far I haven't had one that's actually gone anywhere. I've had a few. I mean, I have to say, obviously, I pick and choose who I engage with. Sometimes I engage with other profiles that I wouldn't normally engage with. So, for example, one of my characters gets a lot of requests from young Nigerian males who are, not pretending to be anything other than that. And they either then send me a photograph saying, look, my friend married this older white woman.
Right.
I want to do the same. Or they're just begging. So the bottom line is the same. They want money.
Right.
I've had a few recently that have claimed to be in India or Pakistan. They usually tell you they work for an orphanage and they want a donation for the orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't think any of those have lasted long enough to make it to video. Because if somebody's English is really bad, unless they're funny, it's not going anywhere. Because, it's hard to make a video if it's not funny and nothing's happening.
Right.
And I use the humour deliberately as a way to help people engage with the videos. It isn't that I think romance scamming is funny in any way, shape or form, because it isn't.
Right.
But I just hope that using the humour helps people engage with the videos.
Right.
Yes, I would agree 100%. Humor's, I think, the best way to keep them engaged. That's a lovely word, engaged.
Yeah.
That is. But I was fascinated in one of your videos I was watching where you were very firm with them. You kept saying, but you're not answering my question. And okay, and like I would think that some people would lay off and they'd be afraid that would end the bait, but you didn't seem to have any fear of losing that young person. I don't remember exactly which video it was, but that you were pretty firm and you were reading it and with your amazing voice and being funny, bringing humor. But in writing, that guy just hung in there with you. He really wanted the gold at the end of the rainbow. You could have been as mean as you wanted, I guess.
Hamid Ahmed, the gold dealer.
Right.
Celia broke out the medieval insult sheet for.
Right. Well, she was a little spicy there.
Yeah.
Some of them. I think some of the scammers. People say to me, English is the official language of Nigeria. Yes, I know it is, but it doesn't mean that everybody speaks English at home.
Right.
And I know there are dozens, if not hundreds, of different languages spoken in Nigeria. And, if you don't speak English at home, then trying to scam in English is hard work. I mean, I have to say that I take my hat off to all of them in a way. And I'm not condoning scamming, obviously. But, I really struggled to learn a second language at school, French. And yet, every one of these scammers can speak English. Well, okay, I have found a few that can't. But they speak English, a lot of them as a second language. And sometimes they have other languages as well. So that's actually quite an achievement, I think.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not condoning the scamming, but
Right. I know what you mean. Well, do you find what's the biggest way that people lose money this way? Is it through the sad stories like, oh, I'm trapped, I want to get home to you, or is it through some other way that they trick people out of money, do you think? Or try to get the money?
I think it's always a lot of them starts. I mean, I've had some scammers that have, asked for vast amounts of money, £250,000. Well, it's never going to happen. But a lot of them will start small, so they'll give you the sob story about they need to top up their phone or they need to upgrade their phone, and they need $50 or $100. Well, of course, a lot of people will just think, okay, I've got $100. He needs this lovely man that I've met online or woman needs $100, and they'll send it, and of course, then the scammer knows they've got a potential victim hooked, and they will then keep asking for money. Because there was one person that told me a story about, I was trying to think what it was. Yes, the person whose wife, careful what I say because I can't say more than I said in the video, the person whose wife flew to the States believing that she was going to meet a cosmetic surgeon. And
That's right. I remember that one.
She had sent him about $80,000 or $90,000 altogether. And one of the stories he'd come up with was that he and his team had been sent to, I think it might have been Syria, because obviously there's a demand for private plastic surgeons in Syria, and that on his way home he'd been arrested for possession of drugs or something, and so he needed money from her to bail him out. So they will come up with, once they've got you on the hook, they will come up with increasingly wacky stories, a bit like that young lady that was taken in by the crypto scammer. You know, once she'd paid the first lot of fees they asked for, whatever it was, they think, oh, you know, we've got somebody now that will not only give us the initial investment, but will pay more. So then they keep coming up with more fees and more fees and more fees. And it can be for anything they can think of.
Right.
Point. It's not always one large sum. It's they're milking people with $100 here, $200 here, or $1,000 maybe, and before the person gives up, they've already given them tens of thousands of dollars before they. Yeah. So that's an excellent point.
I mean, there's one video that hasn't come out yet, I don't think, where one of my characters, and I'm still baiting him with a different character, one of my characters met probably one of the nastiest, most bullying scammers that I've ever come across. He's a really horrible man, but he isn't the smartest tool in the shed. But he had a genuine victim in this country, and he had bullied her into sending him. I mean, he sent me screenshots of the conversations he'd had. He sent me screenshots of. I won't describe the photos; they weren't pornographic, because the lady may
CJ's
well
okay
see
with
video. No, they're not pornorgraphic, but I don't want the viewers to know anymore.
Yeah, send them anyway.
Yeah,
no,
the
video.
Okay.
Yeah, loads of photographs that she had sent him, and very seriously tried to get Denise, you know, the one that nobody likes because she talks like that. Tried to get Denise to go to this person's town and put pressure on this victim to send him money.
Oh my heavens! That's
wow.
horrible. That's horrible.
And so I'm on a mission to bait him as much as I can to make his life as horrible as possible.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's good that you do this. I mean, it looks like it's on the rise. When I was doing a little research, I think I don't have it in front of me anymore, but just in 2018, it was 145 million. And now in 2022, I think last year they're saying $500 million went into the hands of these idiots. And everything's tripled. In 2018, there were about 22,000 cases, and that's just what's reported. 56,000 cases reported last year, and so it's tripled in just what's reported. And usually you have to add, obviously, a ton of money in cases because a lot of people are so embarrassed they don't report it. And there's not a ton of people baiting these guys and girls like you do. Mm-hmm. So it's just it's so amazing that you do this.
Definitely.
I think raising awareness is obviously my aim, because I just feel that law enforcement anywhere is powerless to do anything because, leaving aside the fact that in obviously a lot of countries the law enforcement is corrupt and doesn't care, even in countries where where they maybe do care, they're underfunded, they're overstretched, and if two people come into your police station and one person says, my friend down the road has just been shot, and somebody else says, oh, I've just sent £2,000 to a romance scammer, which one are you going to go off and investigate? So it's a question in my mind of raising awareness on a continuing basis, so that fewer people get taken in. But it's really hard because, of course, I do suspect that a lot of people that fall victim have met their Somebody's just pulling up outside my house, but I don't think they're coming out here.
Oh, who's that now?
No, it's all right. The house next door to me is actually up for sale, and I suspect that they are going next door because I don't recognise them. Yeah, sorry about that. So now I've lost the thread of what I was saying. Completely lost the thread of what I was saying. I'm sure it was really terribly uninteresting. Moving swiftly on.
I mean, you're talking about spreading awareness, and I mean, and we're talking about before about the English language, and I think one of the things that you had shown that was so interesting was, and a lot of the scammers will do that, is they'll put a video of somebody else up there and they'll dub their voice, the person's voice over it or something. And if you look closely, you can tell that their voice isn't matching up with what video that they're showing you, right? Do I have that right?
That's correct. And of course, if you don't know that happens, then you're not looking out for it. And because I have had, going back to the lady that flew to the States, her husband did say to me that she had said to him that she had spoken to him once or twice, but the video was very short and very grainy. And they will usually just say, oh, I've got a bad network, we got cut off. Some of them are stupid enough to keep replaying it on a loop. Some of them are not. And if you're not aware that they can and do that, it's not something you're going to be thinking of. So you're just going to think, oh, the sound was out of sync, or it glitched and it went round again, or you're not necessarily going to notice.
Right.
And I have heard, but it hasn't actually happened to me yet, that some of the scammers will hire actors to do the videos for them. Now I haven't come across that yet.
That's crazy.
But I'm on the lookout for it. Mostly, of course, they just tell you that they can't video call you because it's one thing that my girls will do increasingly now is when they say, we want pictures, I say, you're welcome to video call me. And they will always say, oh, yes, well, I'll do that. And then come up with dozens of excuses for why they can't.
So you video call with the scammers yourself? Like, do you show them your face?
I have done a few times, only very briefly, because I'm very aware that they could record the videos of me and replay them.
Right. To other people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So mostly if it's if I make an appearance, it will literally be a couple of seconds. And of course they never turn their camera on, so it just doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Just real quick, that video that you were talking about, the plastic surgeon, where she was going to try to meet him, if I'm not mistaken, is that the video that the husband, she was married, and the husband was actually trying to tell her it was a scam, but he forgave her for everything, right?
Well, it was, sorry.
Because she didn't only lose her savings, but she lost his as well, I believe.
Indeed. Sorry, my phone's ringing. It'll stop in a minute.
Oh, that's okay. If you need to take it, feel free. We can.
If you need to talk.
Maybe I don't need to answer it. When he first contacted me, his initial emails were really interesting because there was a part of him that knew that his wife was being scammed and that this person was a scammer. But because his wife was so completely convinced that she was talking to the real person, some of his emails were also, she had almost convinced him. So some of his emails were a crossover, and he was saying things like, I think the good doctor has an alternative life. No, it was never the doctor in the first place. And because she was paying in Bitcoin, they could follow the transactions on the blockchain. And because they could follow the transactions on the blockchain, he was convinced that the accounts belonged to the real doctor. And I think the blockchain is going to, from what I've read, they are going to start having it so that things are more traceable. But up until recently, it's been completely untraceable. Basically, I can set up a Bitcoin wallet, on some dodgy site. You can send me Bitcoin, and basically it's just a string of numbers, and you have no idea who it belongs to, or even which country it belongs to. But he was convinced at the start that these Bitcoin wallets, which he actually said to me, we can watch the doctor and his associates' accounts filling and emptying, and so he was convinced it was the real doctor rather than the chain of scammers. And she did fly to America, and fortunately nothing happened, because I told some fellow scambaiters, and they panicked and said to me, she could be in danger, you have to warn him, which I did, and he spoke to her, because I thought the most likely scenario was to happen was what actually did happen, which was that nobody met her. And the doctor was apparently the scammer, the doctor in quotes, was Doctor Who, was coming up with all sorts of excuses about why he couldn't come and meet her, and he was going to send sons, and in the end nobody turned up and she flew home.
Wow, that's a crazy story though.
Well, I think I don't know, I wonder what it is that makes people so invested that she for some reason genuinely believed it. Everybody was telling her she was being scammed, and she believed it. And I'm not a psychologist. I would love to know the psychology behind some of this. The psychology of some of the victims. It could be really interesting, I think.
I mean, yeah, and hopefully we can have you back one time and have a psychologist maybe talk about things like that, because I've always been fascinated with that too. I mean, I think the obvious educated guess would be being unhappy in your life, whether it's loneliness or you're lacking something, and all of a sudden they're playing on your vulnerability. And you've met somebody, and it's very hard. They say love is blind, and somebody has that dream they're not going to be alone anymore, and they met this wonderful person, and they're not going to listen to anybody. And we see that a lot of time with the PCH scams, where they get their hooks into some of these people, and even the person's daughter can tell them, "Mom, you did not win $25 million. That's a scam."
Yes.
But nope, you're not going to tell me. You're not going to rain on my parade. I won 25 million, and it's coming. I only had to pay $4,000 and things like that.
Yeah. And I remember now what I was going to say.
Oh, good.
No, I forgot that again. It's one of those things that flitted into my brain, and I was listening to you, so it's flitted out again. It's called getting old,
No, that's normal.
Oh no, I do remember it, which is that I think the most vulnerable of the victims possibly are people that are on dating websites or dating apps or dating groups, because you're actually looking for someone. So if you're just hanging out on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, you aren't necessarily expecting somebody to message you and say, "Oh, you've got a lovely smile. I like the way you've done your hair. You're really gorgeous. I think your comments are amazing." But if you're on a dating group, you're looking for somebody who's going to say these things to you, aren't you? Whatever sex you are or sexuality. So you're looking for somebody who's going to pay you compliments, who's going to tell you that you're the type of person that they're looking for, and say nice things to you. So you've let your guard down almost by being on I don't mean that unkindly, by being on a dating website. And I know, I have family members who genuinely met real people on dating websites.
Right, for sure. That happens.
It does work.
Yeah, that definitely happens more than scammers. I think it's just that we're focusing on the scammers. I think a lot of people meet online these days.
But I think the clue that the key really is it somebody that you can meet? If it's somebody that's telling you that they've been posted overseas, or they're just giving you a load of spiel, then they're almost certainly a scam.
Yeah.
And if you watch my channel, you know all the introductory lines. And the absolute classic is not being able to have a conversation. It's literally working their way down a list. Have you eaten? What's your favourite colour? What are your hobbies? that kind of stuff. It just isn't a conversation you would have with a real person.
Yeah.
Why do you want to know what I do at work? Well, isn't that the first kind of conversation you have with somebody? I work at so-and-so. Oh, I used to work there. Do you know Fred Bloggs? Oh, yes, we were there at the same time. You don't suddenly go, oh, by the way, have you eaten?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them can't even answer the questions when you ask them, okay, well, what does a mechanical engineer do?
I know. Yeah.
And
the girls have learned to be persistent.
That's a red flag for anyone, you would think, but people do fall for it. So that's why your videos are so amazing, the way you explain, the signs to look for, and that's why the stuff has to get out there. Any thoughts of writing a book maybe one day?
Well, I've already written 2.
On this subject?
Are you telling me you have not read Denise and Serafina? Not in that
I
order.
have not read the book.
Oh, man.
You have
Can we post a link?
You are slipping. What can I say? The link. There are 2 books.
I was locked up though. I just got out of county.
Oh right. Okay. Well, the links are
So
under
you
every
gotta give
single
me a
one of my.
pass.
Yeah. The links are under every single one of my videos. They are both on Amazon Kindle. Available in paperback in certain countries, but it's a print-on-demand thing that Amazon do, so it's not available in every country. There are 2 of them. There's Serafina and Denise. Serafina is, which are 2 of my characters. Serafina is the story of how she got taken in by a fake famous musician because she believed it was somebody she knew from her childhood. And so how she sent him money and how he almost, how he dragged her down. It did my head in, I have to say. Writing Serafina, I got into the zone, and it was really weird because she was so different from the character that she is in the videos. So I did her as a victim, but it's got a positive ending because I didn't want to end it on a negative note and have people reading the story and thinking, this is terrible, this could have happened to me, and it's terrible. So I wanted there to be, like that girl that was taken in by the crypto scammer, the positive ending, I can get past this. And then Denise was taken in by the infamous Alistair Leslie, so a lot of copy and paste for the conversation went into that, and the diamond rings. But it was the sweet, innocent old lady Denise who had, unlike Serafina, where she was being dragged down by it, with Denise, it was just going straight over her head because she had no idea what was happening.
Interesting.
And there will be a third one, but the third one is I'm struggling to get the story because I don't just want to do an endless series of the stories of victims. So the third one, I'm struggling to get the story together on it.
Oh,
but yeah,
cool.
They're both available on Amazon.
Awesome.
So it's on Amazon, but is it audio? Can people listen to you read it?
I don't think that. No, I haven't done the audio version.
I think they would pay big money to hear you read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I doubt it, but one day maybe. I also might actually write 10 or 20, just write how to spot a romance scammer.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be
actually
great.
writing. Yeah, I'm writing a day in the life of an IT teacher at the moment, which is all the funny things that happened to me when I was teaching.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome.
Well, that sounds amazing.
Which is interesting because I started it about 12 years ago, and I unearthed the script, and I thought, oh, gosh, I don't even remember half of the things I'd put in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have you ever had any real people slip in there, like you thought they were scammers, but they were actually real people that just like wanted to romance you?
Had a couple just recently that I thought might have been real, so I just stopped it. Because what happens? As far as I can tell, what happens is I've just got 2 new characters, and neither of them have left a comment anywhere, but they've friended my previous characters, and so the scammers seem to go through their friends' friend list. So these 2 new characters were getting friend requests before they, basically as soon as I'd set them up. So I suspect that there are 1 or 2 lonely, genuine people who just do a similar thing, and look on the friends list of the people that they're friends with to see who they can talk to. So I have had a couple.
Oh, okay.
Just stop it. I literally just stopped talking to them.
Oh, yeah, that's good. And how do your baits like normally end? Like, do you ever reveal to them that you've just been playing with them the whole time, or how do you like end these relationships?
Never. I don't think I have ever revealed that I'm a beta to any of them. Usually, the most common things that happen are either I get fed up with them and block them, or once they've asked for money, I literally just ghost them. So I will literally, they'll say, I'll say, oh yes, I'll, just on the way to the shop to send you $2,000, iTunes cards or whatever, and that's it. Just never talk to them again. It drives them mad because they will go on for days. Some of them like, where are you? What's happened? Why aren't you talking to me? I just don't answer them.
Right. I do that a lot too. I do that too, even with my baits, just because, like, I don't know, they're hard to end sometimes. Maybe I'm just not creative enough, but I'm like, okay, I've gotten enough info out of you. I'm done with you, and I just don't talk to him again. So I can understand that.
Different betas do it. Different betas do it differently. They all have their own styles and their own reasons for how they do their baiting. That's the way I do it.
Right.
But no, I have never ever revealed that. I've had a few that claim to fess up, and what I've realised very quickly is the ones that fess up then go on to the Plan B sob story. So they're not actually confessing.
Right.
They're just doing the Plan B sob story, which is, and I still want to marry you, and I still love you, and stuff. And including this awful bully that I've got on the go at the moment. He's, quote, fessed up to 2 or 3 of my characters, and he still carries on telling them he wants to marry them and stuff. So even when they claim to confess, all they're doing is going over to the Plan B story, and in effect, becoming beggars rather than scammers. If there's a difference, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because to them it's a job. They're just focused on getting the money from you.
Right. So do you we talked a little bit about this while your video was playing. Well, before I forget, DA is asking, what's your longest bait? Like months,
That's
weeks?
a good question. Probably only weeks, because I just get bored with them. If they go on understand. If they look like they're going on for too long, if they're just settling into a rut and being really boring, I just get bored with them and just ignore them. Otherwise, the other tactic the girls will use is say, I need to meet you, will you come and meet me? Which I've used in lots of the videos. So the girls will say, look, we have to meet. And that kind of pushes it on for a lot of them. So I can't or won't do the really genuine, how long would it take if somebody was really genuinely falling victim, because I don't have the attention span for it, I suppose.
Yeah, and you really couldn't do that without putting a little bit of money towards them to keep it going, I guess.
No, they're never going to get the small amount out of me. They're not even going to get $10 out of me. So the instant they actually ask for something, they're ghosted anyway.
Now, has it been discovered ever? I mean, a lot of them are using the same script, and I know it deviates a little bit, but I know in 2018 they did arrest a ring of them. I think 80 people. I mean, is this sometimes happening like in a call center, or do the majority of them kind of work alone and the call center was like a fluke? I'm just wondering if it's if there's some kind of common theme where there's a bigger boss.
I can't answer that. I genuinely can't answer that. My gut feeling is that most of them are working in small groups. I suspect, but it's only a suspicion, I have no basis for this, that there are probably websites or groups where you can access a money mule, for example, for a fee if you need money sent to you. I have definitely in the past had ones where it's been like a group of 2 or 3 kids if they've accidentally turned their phone on. But then there are others that clearly are working in groups because you can tell the difference in how they talk to you. I suspect that some of the groups use the novices, so the ones that have just joined or don't speak English very well at the start, and then if they actually manage to hook someone, then kind of pass you on to somebody with a bit more experience.
Right.
So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if some of them are working in call centres. You know, I've seen those photographs of loads of people lying on beds with laptops. I'm not 100% convinced of the provenance of those.
Right.
Put it that way. But I suspect it's basically any scenario you can think of.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I just know.
Because let's
go ahead. Sorry.
You know, I was going to say, let's face it. If you're a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid, and somebody says to you, "Oh, you know, my mate made $50 last week just by scamming, you know, just by talking to this person in, you know, wherever in England," you're going to think, "Well, hang on, wait a minute, you know, I can do that, or I can try it." You know, a lot of them probably never make anything, I hope. But you can understand why they do it.
Right.
Teenage culture anywhere in the world is copycat, isn't it?
Right. That's so true. Well, I was telling you while your video was playing that I've been baiting this romance scammer for a couple weeks, I guess. But my problem is that, I mean, it's kind of hard. What'd you say?
Nothing. Go ahead, please.
The problem is that basically you have to invest like you would in a real relationship. Like, he wants me to text him when I wake up. He wants me to talk to him, you know, throughout the day and focus on him and blah, blah, blah. Like, if I don't text him, he's like, "Where are you? Why aren't you answering?" And I don't really want to have a relationship with him, obviously. So I'm busy. I don't feel like talking to him all day. So that's my biggest issue. I mean, do you kind of almost feel like you have to almost have a full relationship with them to bait them? Or am I just like, did I just pick a clingy one or something?
Like, you have to invest a lot of time, it seems like, right?
Yeah. You can pick one of the ones that Celia would smartly tell that she has to go to work and stop behaving like a baby.
Yeah, that's what I have to do, I guess, because he's like, "Why aren't you talking to me?" I'm just like, "Dude, I just talked to you 3 hours ago. That's all I want to talk to you."
Yeah. You know, the reality is that if you were talking to somebody in real life, and let's say, you know, because my girls all have different scenarios for life, but, you know, Celia works 9 to 5. And, you know, so between the hours of 9 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the evening, she doesn't talk to them unless I happen to, you know, I spend a lot of time online, but no, you know, I've other things to do as well. So she'll say, "I'm on my tea break and I've just spotted your message," or "I'm on my lunch break and I've just spotted your message." Annie works shifts in the supermarket, so, you know, whenever she wants to. Serafina, of course, finds it I'm gonna have to get rid of her. Finds it really hard to find people because of all the spiritual stuff. They don't want to engage with her. I've just got a couple of new characters. One's in prison because people liked it when Celia was in prison. So I've got one that is in prison for fraud and money laundering, and then another new one the other new one is a mature, unmarried lady who lives on a crumbling estate and looked after Daddy until he died.
Wow.
You know, they all have lives. So
that's
you know,
true.
Celia just says, "Don't, you know, don't behave like a baby." You know.
Yeah, that's true.
You just smack them hard, literally. And yeah, if they disappear, well, they disappear.
Right.
And as you were saying, some of them seem to, you know, doesn't matter how many insults you throw at them, they'll just keep coming back because all they can see is the bottom line, which is the money. Some of them get fed up with you and go away. You know.
And how about pictures? Like all the romance ones I've tried to talk to before, they just constantly want pictures. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So how do you deal with that?
Well, all my girls have one picture. Actually, some of them have two, which come from a website called This Person Does Not Exist.
Right. Yeah, I have one like that. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And if you go on there often enough, you'll often go like, oh, that one looks like so and so. So you can have 2 or 3 of them. But basically, Denise, of course, Denise, as we know, doesn't know how to do it because she just gives a camera to her grandson and he prints her photos. So she has no idea what they're talking about and just says she'll post them one. Annie says that her twin children have told her she should never send photos online, so they should video call her. Celia has recently started taken to saying that she has talks at the university where she works on cyber safety and she should never send photos online, but they're welcome to video call her, and so on. Serafina just says she doesn't like selfies and doesn't understand the obsession with them and what's wrong with the one she's got on Facebook.
I'm with her.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I personally don't understand the selfie obsession either. So, you know, and if they don't like it and they get really, really pushy, then I just stop talking to them.
Right.
Or tell them to grow up, and you know, I'll say like a gentleman will respect what a lady's word, or you know, something like that. And if they still don't like it, then they're dumped.
Yeah, I have.
But you can also. You can also understand how some of them put pressure on their genuine potential victims. You know, I always have been someone that can stand up for myself, and I hope that that's one of the lessons that some people can take from my videos, is that as a woman, you can stand up for yourself, regardless of where you are in the world. And, you know, I know it's harder in some cultures than others, but, you know, you can stand up for yourself. And... you know, if they don't like it, well, a gentleman should respect a lady's decision. That's what I say to them. And, you know, that gives them a problem, because then what are they going to say? I'm not a gentleman?
I do. Yeah.
That's the end of that conversation, right?
Yeah, and I was laughing at DA because he says I can establish a stable of romance scammers. There has been several before. Like, okay, I have a couple before that were like PayPal scammers that I've turned into romance. That I've like romantically baited them after. But they weren't purposely romance scammers, you know.
Yes, yeah. Well, you know, some of them will duck and dive and pull any scam that they think is going to work. Because I had one, didn't I, ages ago now, that started as a 419 scam, which I don't really do, and turned into a romance scam. I can't remember which one that was. That was ages ago.
Now, before we go, just for the future, do you have plans to move around away from the romance scams a little bit, or is that going to be your thing? Are you going to go more like towards other types of scams, like tech support scams or the Amazon, or are you just happy and obviously very brilliant at what you're doing with this genre?
Thank you. I would like to mix it up a bit just to give the viewers a bit more interest, but I think that the romance scams will always be central because, partly because there aren't so many people doing it.
Yeah, I think it's great that you do it.
A lot of people do the tech support scams because, you know, in the US you have the facility to do the free calls, which we don't have over here. And so you can live stream, which, you know, we know is what people like. So I certainly have plans to do more lives, and obviously I've already said to CJ and perhaps to you as well, you know, I'd like to reciprocate what we're doing now and interview you on my channel.
Yeah,
because
that would
I think
be
that's
awesome.
what people do. People like engage with the lives because they can ask you questions,
right?
Which they can't on a replay. And you know, I still from time to time do what I think of as a traditional keep safe on the net. That was what the blog was called, style video. If something happens, I put that up, but they never get as many views. It isn't what people want to see, and
Right.
it has been.
Yep. Gotcha.
Wow, I would love to come on.
There's a follow-up to the cryptocurrency one being planned, but I've got to be a bit careful how I do it because somebody said, I think in my last live a couple of weeks ago, that they had seen an advert on Facebook for a firm of solicitors that claimed that they could get money back if you've been scammed. And I've now seen several of those as well. And so I want to analyse what they're saying, because they are all genuine firms of solicitors. So I've got to be careful what I say. So I want to do a proper analysis of what they're saying on their website, so that people have a more realistic expectation, let's say, of what these people can actually do for you, as opposed to what their adverts might lead you to believe.
Right.
Yeah, that's smart.
Well, I don't know if you saw us last time, but we talked about the Society of Citizens Against Romance Scammers, that group. They're not, I have some concerns about them, because I can't find anywhere that they have tax exemption. They are technically a nonprofit, but in the U.S., you can have a nonprofit pretty easily, but you're not as held to the same standards of where you, how you spend your money as you are if you're tax exempt.
Well, it did say on their website that they were tax exempt.
Oh, it does?
It did.
Okay.
I can't remember, but I found that on their website and posted it as a message when you were doing the stream.
Oh, yeah. See, I haven't seen them.
Somewhere.
Okay, I haven't seen them. I didn't see that where they claimed it, but I also can't find it like on the IRS site. Like, you should be able to search.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah, but that doesn't mean, again, I'm saying that with a grain of salt. That does not mean that they're not tax exempt, because I don't feel like confident, like, that my search is accurate. Like, I could be missing something, or they could have started in a different name, changed their name. But I'm just bringing that up, like, that since you brought up about the money, it's very important. I think if we focus on ones that we know are tax exempt, and Take and I will talk about this more later. We've been kind of working with someone that's working on starting a nonprofit to help victims. We've been working with them. But we'll give you all some more details later. But that we know the people, we know they're legitimate, and they're working toward getting their tax exemption. So I would definitely encourage, at least for U.S. people, to do that, just so that they, that their funds are being regulated. Even though,
I can't comment.
I'm sorry.
I obviously can't comment on voluntary sector, what we would call charities or voluntary sector organisations in the UK. I really can't comment. But the only thing I would say was that my impression was that I presume as an organisation, they started about 10 years ago, didn't they? So they started before most mainstream scambaiters came online.
Right.
And they clearly have somebody very technically whizzy running their website. Which has obviously over the 10 years had a lot of contributions. And beyond that, I don't think I should comment really, because
Yeah.
No, but I will. I mean, that website that CJ was just talking about, I won't say the name again, obviously, but not that it matters. People could rewind. My only problem with that, well, the main problem is, I mean, they would look at all of us three on this call right now, and pretty much everybody in chat, and that we're criminals because we waste time of criminals. So that's where I would strongly disagree with what they're doing and what they're spreading. Like, I mean, they don't have love for any of us scambaiters.
Yeah, it was only, to be fair, I think it was only one article that said that.
Yeah, it was like one article from this place.
So
and also they refused to talk to us. Like, we asked them, like, could you, like, we're open-minded to your position, and they said, like, we will not engage anyone that does this kind of behavior. Like, basically they scolded us, so that's another reason why we don't like them.
We've given them enough promotion again this week and last week, so I'm sure they're getting a lot of traffic now again.
That's true.
Horses for courses. All I can say is that I personally don't have any problems sleeping at night because I've spoken to a scammer.
Right. I see
Well
there,
said.
obviously.
Wasting their time and spreading awareness. I really don't understand how anyone could see that as a bad thing.
Yes. I mean, I hope that. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't take money from them. I would not. How do I put this? Not knock anybody's country or culture. It's only individuals that I have issues with. I understand that there are reasons why all those individuals do what they do. Not all of us are in a position to be able to make the life choices that we want to make. And so my main theme is raising awareness amongst potential victims rather than trying to destroy the scammers as individual. Does that make sense? Am I making sense there?
You are. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would take it just a step further and say I agree with everything you said, and I've been poor in my life, and it didn't give me the right to make other people poor. So I have a strong hatred for these people, what they do to the innocent. I really do.
Yes. Yeah, fair enough, and I understand that. Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad we got to talk. Like, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. I can't wait to come on your stream. I would love that anytime.
We'll have a chat about that when you've finished and sort something out. Both of you.
Yeah. I would love that. I'm sure Take would too. Take likes doing stuff, right? Take.
Well, I would be honored, but I don't know if she meant me. I don't want to lose her subs. I mean, she's going to post 4,000 subs. You got me on there. Who knows what'll happen?
We'll know if we suddenly go. If I suddenly go from 3,000 subscribers to 2,000, I'll blame you. Hey, what can I say?
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying, right? I don't want that responsibility. I want you to grow. We need you. Like you said, not enough baiters are doing what you do, and I think that if others do decide to start doing what you're doing, they're not going to do it with the same humor and educational. You come at it with a definite way to spread awareness. You make it very simple to understand. The themes that you show across all of your videos are amazing. I don't know what else to say about you. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and I cannot wait for you to explode and get even bigger than you are now.
Well, thank you very much. And I have to say, I am getting lofty ambitions now. You know, when I first started the channel, to be honest, when I first started the channel, my friends and my family, they all laughed at me. And I said, I'll soon have 100 subscribers, and I might as well have told them that I was about to, date Elon Musk and fly to the moon. When I got to 1,000, some started taking me a bit seriously. I would love to get to 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers. I really would, but who knows?
Yep, that'll happen. Well, I don't know if we're going to do it today, but we'll get you closer. We'll get you maybe 40, 50 more, hopefully.
Yeah, and that's
share.
Yeah, and that's common because I still have several people that I'm close to, perhaps live with, that are like, why are you bothering with YouTube? Like, that's goofy, but you're just like, whatever, leave me alone.
You do
it's
you
okay.
and I'll do me.
Yeah, exactly. So if we hadn't been doing YouTube, we wouldn't be here today talking to you. So I think it's awesome.
There's 100 apartments in my building, and I just put 100 TAGOW Media business cards in front of each door. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, awesome!
That's way to go.
Yeah.
Probably lose 100.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone, please stop what you're doing. Go over and sub to Miss Annie. She's amazing. She's doing great work in spreading awareness. And and so when do you I know you live stream some on Saturday nights, right? Is it Saturday night? I feel like you live stream.
Usually the last live stream was the 3,000 subscriber Q&A, and I suspect the next one will be you and or Take.
Okay.
So and I would like to do more live streams. It's just working out how I can do it. because it's a bit hard.
I mean, you're real busy on YouTube. For a while, it looked like you were doing like 2 a week, I think. I mean,
what
at
I'm
least, right?
doing, what I'm doing now is a full video Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday,
Wow.
and little videos, a short or something on a Friday. Well, the thing is, they come. I'm about probably. I mean, I haven't done any for about 2 weeks now, because I was away, and then as I think I said to CJ, my poor little pussycat had a spinal injury, so I have a very poorly cat on my hands at the moment. And
yeah, that's sad.
But I was about 6 weeks ahead with the uploads because they come in batches.
Right.
And I get, when I'm making the videos, I mean, they take, as you can probably imagine, some of them take hours to make. But I can get very focused and spend 2 or 3 days doing nothing but making videos.
Right. I do the same thing. That happens to me. The problem is that I'm trying to get my PhD and I don't study for 3 days because I'm editing a video, and that's my problem.
Yeah, well, you see, I'm retired, so I don't have that as an issue.
Yeah.
And I retired from working on my PhD.
There you go. That'll probably be me in 30 years. Be like, it's finally time for me to retire from this PhD that I could never get because I was making YouTube videos.
You can't put a time on education. I'm working on my 2-year associate's degree from community college for the last 25 years. My parents think I have a PhD by now. That's a different story.
Yeah. Okay, well, everyone go sub to Annie. You won't regret it. She's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, and we can't wait to talk to you again.
So thank you very much for having me on your show.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay then, bye. Bye for now.
Bye.
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 All right. Now we're going, let's go over and we're going to play a video from one of our great friends, Dan Glee Balls, and I'll see if I can find some scam numbers that are working while it's playing. How's that sound? And everyone
Dan Glee Balls just gave me a nice shout out the other day in his newest video, so he didn't have to do that. I mean, I don't own Go Ahead Please. Anybody can say it, and they do. Yeah. But Dan Glee Balls, being the classy gentleman that he is, said, as my good friend Take a Glass would say. So
yeah, that was
take it
nice.
Away.
Yep, here's Dan Glee Balls, and also while the video's playing, please go over and sub to Annie, and then come back, and then we'll see if we can get us some scammers when we come back. Dan Glee Balls, everyone.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to you all. For those that haven't been here before, my name is Dan, and I'm a results-orientated scam baiter. So today's video is played by 2 people. You have myself.
My name is Dan, and I am about to get 3 bank accounts, 3 PayPal accounts, and this scammer's location.
And you also have...
Hi, my name is Chio Lizzie and I am a scammer.
I'd like to give a massive shout out to Jack, who handed me on some information towards this scammer. I was basically in a group and it was posted that this person scams people. So I asked Jack for a couple of bits of details and I approached the scammer myself. And this is a Facebook group. As always, do not use your real profile if you're going to do this. It is the worst decision that you could ever do. In the video, you will see I get 3 bank accounts. I also get 3 PayPal accounts, all of which have been reported. And I also get this person's location. It's not where you'd normally think it might be, but have a guess. It's somewhere in Africa. Enjoy the video, everybody, and have yourselves an amazing day.
Oh hey, have you still got the bingo tickets?
Yes, how many are you after?
Morning, ideally 6 if possible.
How much did you want to pay for it?
As little as possible. I was hoping around £7 each. How much would you be prepared to sell overall?
7 British pounds as each is okay. What email address are you using for receiving the tickets?
Amazing. The guys will be so happy.
Correct email address, right?
Oh, good spot. It's almost got that wrong. Could you imagine if the tickets were never sent to my email?
Have you got PayPal for the payment?
I do not use PayPal, but I can do a simple bank-to-bank transfer.
Okay, let me send you my bank detail. No tickets for reference. Send me the screenshot of the payment when done so I can confirm.
But that's not your name.
Oh, sorry, I have issue with my bank. So I decided to use my mate bank. Sorry for not telling you.
Okay, yes, that did worry me a bit. I will send now. I am having bit of a problem. It keeps coming up with suspected fraud on the receiving account. I have tried sending twice.
Really? What wrong? Did you have PayPal account?
No PayPal account. Let me try again, and if it doesn't go through I will screenshot what it says. Yes, same thing. Here you are.
Okay, let me send you my sister bank detail. Send me the screenshot of the payment so I can show her.
It's okay. There is always something going on with banks. This is a good thing. Yes, send me your sister's details and I will send to you directly. Same issue as before. I do keep trying. I'm on 5th attempt, but it's the same thing. I'm wondering if it is because it's an issue with Revolut Bank. I did take a screenshot for you again. Same thing. See, is this the only bank you deal with? Happy to send it elsewhere. It seems Revolut are having issues.
Don't you have PayPal account?
I do not, I'm afraid. Happy to do a bank transfer though. Do you have another family member I can send to?
Try this first. No ticket as reference, please.
T's a pending transaction, so it's gone through, but just waiting for your bank to authorize. I should get a notification when it's authorized.
Are you done with the payment? Send me a screenshot of it.
Hi, I have just had a call from my bank. I cannot send money to this account as there is suspected or actual fraud on the account. It has been cancelled. Can I send it elsewhere? Happy to do so. I really want these tickets.
Did you have Cash App, Venom or e-transfer?
I do not. I would only be happy to send to another bank account despite what has happened. I do trust you.
I trust you. I have sent you at list 6 bank. You can make any payment.
And I trust you. I have looked back and it is at list 3 accounts, not 6. I am happy to send to others if you have them.
No, I will look for a serious buyer.
I do not know how much more of a serious buyer I can be. Suspected fraud is not a light matter, however I trust you, which is why I am comfortable to proceed. Also, nobody else is selling these tickets. If you have an account I can send money to, then please share. I will send the money straight away. We do not want to turn up on the night to be told we cannot get in.
Then forget it. If you want them, then open PayPal account or Cash App. I will look for a serious buyer. Let me send you my PayPal email. Make the payment via family and friends option and send me a screenshot of the payment so I can confirm.
Great. Check your inbox to this email. I will share the details now.
tb36@gmail.com. Use this family and friends option and send me a screenshot when done.
So for those of you that have tried to guess the location, I did say it was a bit of a weird one. It's in Nairobi, which is in Kenya. The Spring Valley area to be exact. If you got that right, generally, congratulations. You can have 1,000 Dan points.
What's the weather like in Nairobi today? You scamming bastard. You are in Kenya. Spring Valley, ring any bells? Are things where you are really that bad, that you have to scam innocent people in the UK?
Lol.
So I have reported all 3 accounts to PayPal. One of those, as you are aware, was provided by Jack. So thank you for that, Jack. That has been reported. And I reported 2 bank accounts to Revolut Bank. And I also reported the 3rd account going to Santander. Sadly, no responses from these businesses. I generally hope that they do the right thing. I hope you enjoyed that. Generally, as I mentioned before, if you would like to do this, please just create a brand new Facebook profile, stick a load of pictures on there that have nothing to do with yourself, and tackle scammers in your own unique way. It's so easy to do. This was literally one afternoon of me just chatting to a scammer. Keep it real, everyone. Have yourself an amazing day. Cheers.
Okay, thank you so much, Dan, for letting us share your video. If anyone is not subbed to Dan, make sure you sub to Dan, and also please make sure you go and sub to Annie as well. Those are the priorities for today. To sub to those two awesome people. And again, Annie, thank you so much for joining us. It's been great having you on. Really a pleasure talking to you. I enjoyed talking to her. It was really interesting.
Yeah, that was cool. She's awesome.
Yeah, very. So we didn't have a whole lot of luck with the scammers. We got a few texts now we can try. I was telling Take just now that there was a pharmacy scammer. This was maybe, I'd say February. He, like, the first time we called him, okay, so I've been baiting this pharmacy scammer for months and months and months. Like, I talked to him at least once a week for like 6 months, probably. Like, he's basically my friend, I guess you would say, kind of. But anyway, so the first time that Take talked to him, they just had like this real pleasant, like Take like had this real pleasant conversation with him. And he was like, okay, buddy. Yeah, have a great day, buddy. Blah, blah, blah. Like, the guy never tried to get you to buy anything. It was just, like, a conversation. And then the next time we called him back, you, like, run off on him. And he was, like, literally, like, his feelings were hurt. He thought you were his friend. He's told me several times, like, why did that guy yell at me? I thought we were friends. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I wasn't supposed to know. But he was, real upset. So we could give him a try if you want to see if you can befriend him again.
I mean, I don't remember. Are you sure it was me?
Yeah, it definitely was you. I was on, it was like during the morning scam show, both of the conversations. I'll play him for you later. I could put him in some kind of clip for you and send it to you.
Well, I can turn over a new leaf and be mean again? Or nice, whatever you want me to do.
Oh, whatever you think, but we could give him a try if you want to just chat with him.
Yeah.
Or
anybody.
let's try.
You got something to do.
Yeah, I have something to do in about 15 minutes, but let's try Julius back first and see if he'll answer. Julius or Julian? I can't remember. I think Julius is his name. Let me just make sure I call the right one here.
It's a very unique scammer name.
Yeah. Because remember, he answered for just a minute the other, like, a little bit ago. But you said hi, and he hung up.
Right.
So let's see here. Let me mute while I type in the number. And this is the one where you're my brother. So you looked at my phone or whatever you want to say to him.
Right.
The text now subscriber you were trying to reach is not available.
Oh, I hate that message.
Yeah, I do too. Let me try a different number. We can just act like, yeah, that wasn't you just now calling.
The text now subscriber you were trying to reach is not available.
Let's try this one.
Tough.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just tried all the ones. It's, you know how it is. Some days it's popping, other days it's not. It's just the way it goes. Everyone knows how. Yeah. Welcome, everyone.
The text now subscriber you were trying to reach is not available.
All right, let's try our pharmacy guy. You can say whatever you want to with him, like however you want
Yeah, I
to
want to
talk
apologize. If I was mean, I want to apologize.
to him. You got a lot of apologies today if you're going to apologize to every scammer you've been mean to.
Well, this guy, you said I hurt his feelings.
Yeah, you did. He thought you were his friend.
He speaks Hindi, or is he from South India?
No, he's from, he was born in Agra. I don't know if that's where he lives now, but he told me one time he was born in Agra. So Hindi.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear it ringing?
The TakeAGlassofwater subscriber you are trying to reach is not available. Please leave your message.
Dang, he must not be at the office yet.
Well, at least I got to hear that message 5 times today. My day's complete.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll hear it 100 more times throughout the day if I call.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because every reputable company like Geek Squad and Microsoft and Amazon uses TakeAGlassofwater.
I use text now. I'm reputable.
50-50.
I guess I'm not reputable because I'm using it to lie to people.
You're a criminal.
Yep. Well, I think that's all we got. Here's one more to try, which I feel like I've called this number before. It looks familiar.
We can always call the Chinese restaurant in Boston and tell them my band's going to play, but I'm lost.
Yeah. True, we could.
I feel bad messing with those innocent people.
Yeah.
You don't call here anymore.
To continue.
Hello?
Thanks for calling. To help us better serve your needs, please listen
You're
closely
welcome.
to the following offers and services available to you, as the number you've dialed may no longer be in service. Are you interested in saving over $500 a year on your insurance plan? Press 1 now
Yes.
to compare insurance options and receive a free quote. Do you or your loved
My
one
insurance
currently
is only
need senior
$600 a year.
assistance? Press 2 to learn about the products and services available today to assist and provide a
I want to
safe
hear
and
all the
healthy life.
options.
Looking to book your next vacation or trip? Press 3 for cheap flights, airline tickets, and airfare deals.
Looking
Sounds
to make
good.
home improvements or at-home services like security, satellite, or internet? Press 4 to speak with a contractor or specialist and receive a quote today.
Wow, this is a lot of options.
Currently in debt or owe more money than you can manage? Press 5 to learn how we can assist you in getting back on track with a new financial plan.
One of them was hair extensions. Okay.
Are you interested in saving over $500 a year on your insurance
You
plan?
either the insurance
Press
or
1.
the airlines.
I did the airline, but it just hung up. I pushed 3 for the airline and it hung up. The second one, I think they said hair extensions, if I heard them right. That was a lot of great options.
Can I do all of them? Can I like get cheaper insurance, have longer hair, and fly for cheap?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, do they have like all sides button? Like, what if you want all of that stuff at the same time?
Yeah. All right, well, I need to get to my appointment anyway. So since we're not having any luck, let's just go ahead and say goodbye for today. But we will be back on Thursday with Chris Tries. And I'm looking forward to talking to him. Here's one. Let me try this one more before we go. This is a
Yeah, what
pop-up.
I've seen of his stuff is it's pretty funny.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to talking to him. He's a kind of a new scam baiter, I think.
Can't wait to get him in here.
Hello, is it ringing? It's ringing very weird and sporadic. All right. Okay, well, it's been awesome. Yeah, y'all, please follow me on Twitch too. Would really appreciate that. If
You
I'm
gonna be on
not,
Twitch today?
I'm probably not streaming a whole lot this week because I have my final paper due by the end of the week. So I'm gonna try to work on that at the beginning of the week. Then if I have time, stream later. Last week I ended up spending a lot of time talking to scammers, like I probably spent at least 40 hours last week talking to scammers. I didn't do it all on stream, but I spent all day Friday talking to scammers because they just kept giving me accounts on Friday. Like, I got more accounts. So this week I have to really catch up with my school, but I will be back hopefully by the end of the week. And it was, thanks again, Annie, for joining us. Please make sure you sub to her. Dan Glee Balls, Take a Glass of Water. And we will be back on Thursday with Chris Tries.
Yes, we will.
All right. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all.
Bye, y'all.